So I'm going to show you a little ruler work on a domestic machine, and here I have the Bernina straight ruler that comes in the sit-down kit, and it has a little hook here. So if I align the hook in of my ruler with the seam that I want to stitch on, in this case it's just a drawn line, I should be right on target because my stitching line is always a 1/4 inch away from the edge of the ruler. Not all rulers have hooks, but this straight line one does. With other rulers without hooks, you just align a 1/4 inch away from the edge of the ruler every time you want it to stitch. And I'll show you a little bit of that in a minute. So I'm going to go all the way around my seam or on my drawn line, and you just kind of want to go steady. You want to find the speed that's right to you, for you. So if your stitches are too long, you need to do a little more stitches per inch, so push down on your presser foot or turn up the speed of your machine a little bit. And if your stitches are too short, likewise, you would slow down your stitching speed or slow down the speed of your machine. Okay, so now I'm going to go and let me turn this around. Normally you wouldn't rotate for ruler work, but I want to show you what this is going to look like. I'm going to try to connect this point with this point down here. So that point with this point. So I snug my ruler up to my foot, and I know I'm a 1/4 inch away from where the needle is. And then I angle my ruler so that the edge of the ruler is a 1/4 of an inch away from this point that I want to hit. You can use these little hooks just to kind of get that point just dead on when you're beginning, but you have to slide it out a little bit to allow yourself to stitch all the way down to that point. So now I'm going to stitch down to this point, and I'm just going steady. I'm moving my quilt sandwich as one with the ruler. So that's a little different than it is on a long arm. On a long arm, your ruler kind of stays in place. But here, I'm moving my quilt sandwich with the ruler. So, and now I'm going to line my ruler up so I can get the next point set. And that point is a 1/4 of an inch away from the edge of my ruler. I'm just going to go steady that direction. Then come this way, get that point. If you find that your ruler's slipping, you can do a bunch of different things to help with that. Westerly has a product called Stable Tape that's really good for making rulers stick. You can use those sandpaper dots. Someone even told me skateboard tape works. Anything to give your ruler a little more grip is helpful. Also, a product called the Supreme Slider and other products like that. There are Teflon mats that sit on the bed of your machine under your quilt top and make the bed of the machine slick. Those can be very helpful as well. So I'm just working my way down. I have a thick thread on the machine so you can really see. I'm trying to go to my next point. After a while, after you get used to stitching with rulers, you really won't need to use those hooks at the end of the ruler. You'll be eyeing your 1/4 inch, and it will be much easier for you. So now I'd probably go in and fill with free motion. Now normally to fill in this area I would switch to a lighter weight thread that matched, but I'm just going to show you here what I do. And I do like to keep my ruler foot on for free motion, but you can stitch with your stitch regulator if you prefer. So I know it's a little harder to see with your ruler foot, but the real advantage is once you get used to doing something with a ruler foot, you don't have to take it off to travel. So if I did this little stipple and then I wanted to travel to a different area on the quilt, I could do that very easily without starting and stopping my threads and changing my foot. So it's really worth it to get comfortable free motioning with your ruler foot on your machine. So let me turn this so you can see it. So that's what it would look like. And that would, if I did that all the way down the row, that would make these triangles stand out. They'd look very puffy and it would be very pretty.